Hello everyone, this is Nelson from the Technical Marketing team. I'd like to show you how Veritas NetBackup can help you recover an entire Kubernetes cluster in case of a disaster. Here you can see the Kubernetes cluster architecture along with the NetBackup components that will be used in this demonstration. The architecture consists of a set of worker nodes which host the pods, the persistent volumes provided to the application, and the control plane, which manages the worker nodes and the pods in the cluster. The etcd component holds and manages all the critical information needed to keep the cluster running. Veritas NetBackup 9.1 can automatically discover and protect the namespaces, persistent volumes claims, and so on in the Kubernetes cluster. So essentially, for an entire disaster recovery, what remains to be protected is the etcd data, which I'll show you how to do it in this video. The workflow basically is: NetBackup will take a snapshot of the etcd data and dump it to the NetBackup host, and from there it can be backed up to any supported storage device. Okay, let's jump to the demo. From the NetBackup primary server console, I'll be using the etcd snapshot utility, a built-in tool from Kubernetes to create a Kubernetes cluster snapshot. NetBackup provides various backup scripts. I'll be using bp start notify script. I created a new file to keep the original unchanged. I named it with our DR policy. Let's see what's in the file. We can see here that I added a command pointing to a custom script that uses the etcd snapshot utility. Now, let's see this custom script. I'm using the etcd-ctl tool, which is a globally available command line tool to back up the etcd cluster data. It creates a snapshot for a given endpoint and stores it on the informed path as shown here, /home/etcd data. Take a note of this location as it will be used when creating the NetBackup policy. Let me switch to the NetBackup web UI now. We'll need a backup policy. Here we have one that has already been created called DR policy. In the Backup Selection tab, you can see that we added the same location as we used on the etcd snapshot script. On the Clients tab, we added the backup host that holds the etcd snapshot. You can create the schedule as you would like. And in the Attributes tab, you can see here that we set the policy type as a standard policy, which basically backs up file system data. Depending on your operating system, you may choose a different policy type. And for the policy storage, you can add any NetBackup supported storage unit configured. Let's start the backup now. Let's click the three dots and select Manual Backup. As we are using a manual backup, we must select a schedule in the client and let's click OK. The backup started. From the activity monitor, we can see that our job, DR policy, was successfully completed. Now let's go back to the console and check the location of the snapshots. We can see that the snapshot was created successfully. Now, back to the NetBackup web UI, let's do a recovery. On the recovery page, clicking on the backup history, we can see all the backup images available. I will select the latest backup, and we'll have to add the snapshot file that was created by our script. Now, following the standard restore procedure, we can recover the etcd cluster data. And with the recovery of the other Kubernetes components, we'll have fully recovered the Kubernetes cluster. Thank you so much for watching this video on how to recover Kubernetes cluster from a disaster with Veritas NetBackup.